Okay, so 6 months ago, I created a video on Decaying Winter, one of the best games on Roblox in my opinion. In this video, I use context clues and assumptions, as well as item descriptions and echo playbacks in order to solve the lore. In that video, I theorized that Decaying Winter took place sometime after Survival of the Fittest, an untitled Melee game. I said that the scavs were once contestants of SOF, and finally, I said that the demons and scavs fought each other due to some sort of hate virus. At the time, this theory had a bit of merit and made decent sense, and soon became one of my most popular videos to date. However, here we are, 6 months later, and all of that proven wrong. And frankly, I'm kinda happy about it. Because after discovering all I could about the actual story of Decaying Winter, I am in awe of how everything in the story just fits. So today, I will be going over and fixing my old video, and telling you the true story of Decaying Winter. Buckle up, because this story is a whole lot darker. So, I wanted to start by listing some things that I did get right in my previous theory. Don't worry, there's not many. The agency is a branch of Usalon, but it's a distant one. There is a virus, but it's definitely not hate-related. And Yosef is part of a group of agents that came before you, and he turned on the agency. Okay, that's it. Yeah, a lot of my previous theory was wrong, but that's okay, I think, because now this video exists. Let's talk about one of the biggest surprises of Decaying Winter. Despite all the Easter eggs, Decaying Winter and Survival of the Fittest are only loosely connected. They take place on separate planets. I do not want to talk about soft lore right now, it's kinda confusing to me. So until I can figure that out, consider that a video for another day. But I do want to talk briefly about the planets themselves. Soft takes place on the planet called New Earth, and Decaying Winter takes place on a planet called Eden 227. This planet is unique because the planet actually has a dead star, which explains the deathly cold. Now, while the events have little to do with each other, there is one shared connection between the two that links the games: Usalon and the Agency. Like I explained earlier, Usalon and the Agency, which we can assume is a branch of the ER, were definitely linked in some way by bringing the scavs to Eden 227. Like they were criminals or other people that were taken from New Earth to 227 as part of a restoration unit. Now, I'm gonna go on a little mini rant here. Although one thing that really does confuse me is why Decaying Winter's overworld is the same as the Soft one. Like, if you wanted people to know that Soft and Decaying Winter were different, don't make the maps exactly like each other. I don't know. It was very confusing. But hey, now we actually know that they're different, so... Anyway, so the scavs are taken to Eden, and at some point they start to rebel against the wishes of the Agency and the ERU. So they start sending teams of agents to prevent any major uprisings or revolts. But we know this doesn't work. Most agents, like Agent Zero and Yosef, become leaders of the scavs, while others, like Valerie and the other lost agents, were presumably killed. Us, the players, are the fourth group of agents that were forced to come to Eden and deal with the Decaying Winter. Now, this would have been it for the Decaying Winter story. You survive 10 waves with your team, kill Yosef and potentially Queen as well, and either die on Eden 227 or get rescued by the Agency in time. But there's one other decently large detail in both that both complicates the game's lore further, but also makes it a whole lot darker. The Rickgon, or at least I think that's how you say it. Many people call them shadows, demons, monsters, etc. What people don't know is the true lore behind them. See, it's very confusing as to what these things are. Sicklers and Skinners are grotesque and tentacly, while Hangers and Hiddens are just weird. Many people call them demons, and when I first made my theory on them, I thought they were linked to the hate virus. But now, thanks to Apostle, we know what they really are. The Rickgon are a parasitic zombie, manipulated via the occult. Now, let's just slow down and piece this together one at a time. First, the parasitic zombie part. One detail about the Apostle perk is that whenever a teammate dies, you can instantly summon another Shadow Hunter minion thing. What you probably didn't notice is that the guy you summon will look exactly like your deceased teammate. But it doesn't just end there. Just look at how these guys are created. The Apostle throws a spike in the ground and raises a Shadow Hunter from it. But we can tell that the Rickgon aren't normal zombies either. Look at what appears when you kill a Sickler, Hanger, or when one of your Shadow Hunters die. A normal colored corpse will appear under the demonic shell. Looking at Skinners, Sicklers, and Apostle, you can see that they have weird fleshy tentacles amalgamated into their body, like it's a parasite of some sort. We know that the Rikagon feed on human suffering, one of the few things I got right in my previous theory video. This can be shown in the fact that Sicklers, Skinners, and Apostle get health back from killing people, but Apostle loses health when using their powers, since they're half human, half Rikagon. But where did the beasts come from? Well, let's head over to our friend Apostle in the hangar to figure that out. Apostle's description practically spells it out, that the Apostle was once part of a cult that used the Rikagon parasites for themselves, before deserting and becoming a... Meanwhile, the hangar has special insults for Apostle players. Instead of the usual suicidal thoughts, the hangar will instead call them traitors, abandoners, and heretics. But this still doesn't answer why. Why the heck would the scavs be trying to summon these demons? Well, it's probably an attempt to escape. Maybe they thought they could control the demonic parasite. They could overcome the agency and escape their predicament. But all this proved to accomplish is sealing their fates. And there you have it, guys. More or less the full story of Decaying Winter. Or is it? Of course not. I purposely left two things out that I personally need to look into more. That being the secret bunker and the last stranded game mode. How do they tie into the lore? Find out next time. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss part 2. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.